Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Now, are you guys able to get you my math lab? Good job. So if you have your my math lab, then you can start doing your homework. Next Tuesday midnight, section 3.2 do. 3.2 quiz, you're going to do it, we're going to leave it for later because 3.2 combined with 3.5. So once you're done with 3.5, then you can take the quiz together. I mean, one quiz, two sections. Okay. So for now, only one homework, 3.2. And you're going to finish 3.3, so you have two homework. Okay. Any question, comments, concern? These days, no technology in the classroom. Okay. No laptop, please close it. So do you remember how do you find X and Y intercept from last class? Little bit. Okay, so you're going to start with the right page, 3 examples of X and Y intercepts. And then we are going to learn new things. Oh, before we start, any question? Okay. So let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's start with C. Domain. Sorry, not domain. What I'm saying. X-intercept. Who can tell me the X-intercept for the last graph? 3, 0. X-intercept has y equals 0 always. And then y-intercept. 0, 2. So y-intercept is where you're crossing the y-axis. This is our y-axis. And x-intercept is where you're crossing the x-axis. So you're crossing the x-axis through x value 3. So we have 3, 0. And then you're crossing the y-axis through y value 2. So y is 2 and x is 0. Every intercept has the other variable 0. So x has y0, y has x0. Okay, now who would like to be volunteer for the first one? Little bit tricky. Any volunteer? Why not? Good job. We get x-intercept only when you cross the x-axis. This is our graph. It's not crossing x-axis. So we cannot have any x-intercept. So we do not say 0, we say none. None means there is no x-intercept. Now, how about the y-intercept? 0, 3. So we are going through the y value 3. So we do have a y-intercept because we are crossing the y-axis, but there's no x-intercept. Good job, guys. Now the last one. In the middle. Volunteer? 2, 0. And how about the y-intercept? There is none. We are not crossing y-axis. If you don't cross any axis, we don't get that intercept. So this is our graph. It's only going to the x-axis. It's not going to the y-axis. So there is no y-intercept. Any question? So we are done with x and y intercept. And now we are going to find the x and y intercept from an equation. So we'll learn how to find x and y intercept from a graph. Now, if the graph is not given, how do you do? How do you find all these things? Well, easy. We are going to do examples. So to find x-intercept, remember, for x-intercept our y is 0. So to find any x-intercept, if you see any y, set that y equals 0 and solve for x. You get your x-intercept. Similarly, to find the y-intercept, remember, y-intercept has x0. So set every x to be 0 and solve for y. That's how you get x and y-intercept. And to draw a line using x and y-intercept is the most reliable one. So all you have to do is find the x-intercept, plot it on the x-axis, find the y-intercept, plot it on the y-axis, and then connect them with a straight line. Because we know we are going to graph linear function, means line. So let's do some example. We have 3x plus 5y equals 15. And it says find your x and y intercepts and use them to graph the line. So first, let's do x-intercept. To find x-intercept, we are going to set y to be 0 and then solve for x. So our equation is 3x plus 5y equals 15. When you set y to be 0, basically they are saying get rid of the entire y term, because 0 times anything is 0. So when y is 0, 5 times 0 is 0. So you're adding 3x plus 0, but adding 0, subtracting 0 doesn't make any difference. So simpler way, just cross out the entire y term. So we left with 3x on the left side of the equal sign and 15 on the right side of the equal sign. And now all you have to do is solve for x, means get the x alone. So what do we need to do to get our x alone? By 3. So we divide by 3. That cancel out and we get x equals 5. But they actually like the x-intercept and y-intercept as a point format. Means give them the x value, comma, y value. So x value is 5, we can see clearly. What is our y value in the x-intercept? 0. Good job. Any questions so far? Now we are going to find the other one, y-intercept. And we are going to do the exact same thing, but this time we are going to set x to be 0. It means get rid of your x term and only work with y. Set x equals to 0 and then solve for y. So we have 3x plus 5y equals 15. Get rid of the entire x thingy. We don't need any x. So we have plus 5y equals 15. Solve for y, what do we do? By 5. So no more 5 in front of y. We have y equals, what is 15 divided by 3? But again, we prefer point format. So in the y-intercept, what is our x? 0. And we already know our y is 3. We just found it. That's how we find x and y-intercept, not only for linear function, but for any type of function. Quadratic function, even a cube root function or cubic function. Any type of function you have, or any type of equation you have, all you have to do is to find x, set y0, solve for x. To find y, set x0, solve for y. Once you have them, now it's time to graph. 5, 0, y, okay. Let me put it a little bit to the left. So our x-intercept is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Our y-intercept is 3. 1, 2, 3 here. And then all you have to do is connect them. So connect them with a straight line. Oh man. This is 3x plus 5y equals 15. This line. And guess what? This question you are going to see in the final exam. And definitely also in the in-class exam. Okay. So I already told you 2 questions will be in the exam. One is what did I tell you before? Did I tell you the first one? No, right? Probably I did it in my matrix algebra. Give me 1 second. What did we do in our last class? Ending this. No, actually, this is the first question. My bad, sorry. Question number 1, you'll see in the in-class exam and also in the final exam. Any question? Then you try one. Find x-intercept, y-intercept, plot them on the axis, and then draw a line. Do you know what it's happening? Find it. Have you already find it? 24, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Any volunteer, or do you want me to pick a volunteer? Go ahead. Okay, so we're going to solve for y first. So x will be 0. So for x-intercept, you're going to find the y-intercept, okay. Whatever you prefer. So for y-intercept, we set x0 and we solve for y. So what did you do? Okay, so for y, I just left so we have 2x minus 6y equals 12. So just remove 12, so I would have to have y by itself. So I will do -6. I will divide it on both sides. Divide by -6. And then -2, which is 0, comma -2. Perfect. And would you also like to try x? Okay. Same thing with what we did, however, now y would be 0. That y2 is 0. and solve for x. Okay. Not till city. So we remove y. So then we will have to divide 2 on both sides. 2x 12 divided by 2 x's. 6,0. Perfect. So what do I plot on the x-axis? 6. You can randomly just pick a number 6. You don't have to count every single thing. Okay, and on the y? So you -2 above the x-axis or below the x-axis? Below. So let's say this is -2. And then all you have to do is connect with a straight line. So this line is 2x minus 6y equals 2. Is there anybody who did not get this? No? If you did not, you can let me know. We can do it together. I mean, I can help you figuring out your mistake. Or probably by now you already know your mistake if you did not get the same answer. Okay, so remember that was question number 1 in class exam and also in the final exam. And with this, you're done it 3.2. Sorry, 3.3. So that means you have 2 homework now. 3.2 and 3.3 next week, Tuesday midnight. Skip their quizzes because 3.3 and 3.4 have one quiz, their combination. So skip the quiz for both sections. After we are done with 3.4 and 3.5, take those quizzes. Okay, now another interesting section, slope and rate of change. So slope, what is the slope of a line? So slope of a line tells you how do you move from left side to the right side. So when you walk from your left side to your right side, there are several directions. One direction is either you are moving upward or you are moving downward. Like when you climb up, you're going upward. When you climb down the stairs, you go downward. And when you walk on a floor, you're not going up or down, you're walking on a straight floor. Or you never go left to right, you straight go up and down. When do you go straight up and down in real life? Elevator. Good. So in the elevator, we don't go from left to right. We always go from up and down, or when you climb hills or climb mountains. Okay. So since we have 4 directions, so we have 4 types of slope. We are going to discuss it a little bit later. But now the slope means when you walk from left to the right, how steep you're going. Are you going very steep or a little bit steep, or there is no steepness? So slope means your steepness, how steep your direction is from left to the right. And if you have 2 points in your XY plane, let's say this is our XY plane, you have 1 point here and another point here. And let's say this point is X1, Y1. And here this point is X2, Y2. So if you want to see how steep your direction is from this point to that point, mathematician says all you have to do is measure your x direction and your y direction. How far you are moving in x direction, how far you are moving in y direction, and then divide the y direction, the y distance by the x distance. So we have from here to here, our x direction, delta x means the change in the x. And from here to here, this is our y direction, the y change in y. So we have change in the x, change in the y. So we go from here to there. So all you have to do is take this distance divided by this distance. So the formula is y2 minus y1. So this y2 minus this y1. So you get this change. divided by x2 minus x1. So this is our x2, this is our x1. How much is the distance between them? This is your slope. At y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You cannot switch their position. You cannot say x is on the top, y is on the bottom. No, y always have to be on the bottom. Okay. So all the y's you have, two y's, get their distance divided by the horizontal distance. They also have another name, rise over run. So when you walk upward, you are rising. When you go from left to the right, you are running. So rise over run means y over x. And now the types of slope. Since we have four directions to go from left to the right, there are four types of slope. The first type of slope is positive slope. It means when you walk from your left side to your right side, you are moving up. If slope is positive, you're going on the positive direction. If you walk from left to the right, but you're climbing down the stairs, you're going in the negative direction. And when you're walking on the floor, you're not moving up or down, you're moving on a straight path. So there is no steepness, it's a straight line. You're walking on a straight line. So the slope is zero, no steepness. So we do have a slope which is zero, okay? Because you're walking from left to the right. And then the last one, when you use elevator or climb your mountain, you're not moving from left to the right, so you cannot have any slope. Slope only exists when you walk from left to the right. So you have to have a horizontal distance in order to have a slope. When you climb up and down, there is no horizontal distance you're moving, you're crossing. So there is no slope, and that's why we call them undefined slope. Undefined means it doesn't exist. So the slope doesn't exist. So positive slope means you're moving upward. Negative slope means you're moving downward. When you start your journey from the left side and you go to the right side, climbing down, it's negative. Horizontal line. So you start from your left side and going to the right side on a straight path. So your slope is zero. You don't have any steepness. You're moving from left to the right, but there is no steepness, so zero slope. And the weird one, we are not moving left and right, we are moving straight up and down, so slope doesn't exist. Remember, slope exists only if you can move from left to the right. Okay? Any question? Now, this is your second exam question. Also, you'll see this in the final exam. And let me erase this now, since I already told you the information. It says, what is the slope of the line that goes through these 2 points? So let's say 12, 15. Let's say this is our 1 point, 12, 15, and another is 10, negative 3, somewhere here, 10, negative 3. We want to see what is the slope when you walk from this point to that point. So by looking at the graph, what type of slope you are going to get? Positive, negative, zero, undefined. You start your journey from left side. So which point is on the left? This one is the left, right? So from the left point, if you got the right point, how you're moving? Up or down? Up. So it's supposed to get a positive slope. So let's see, do you get that? So the slope formula. Slope says y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now it's your choice which one you want to be x1, y1, or x2, y2. If you want, you can say this is your x1, y1, and this is your x2, y2. Or if you want, you can say the first one is x2, y2, and the second one is x1, y1. Whatever is your x1, that next number has to be y1, okay? You cannot have x1 with y2, no. Every subscript have to be same. So if this is your ones, then this is x1, y1. If this is your two, this has to be x2, y2. Or if you want, this can be x2, y2, and this can be x1, y1. So subscript has to be same in one pair. Now, according to our x1, y1, our y2 is -3, and we are subtracting what? 15. Divided by, what is our x2? And we are subtracting 12. So we have -3 minus 15. How much you get? -18. And then 10 minus 12, -2. And what is -18 divided by -2? 9. Is 9 positive or negative? Positive. See, we expected to get a positive number. We did get a positive number. Now, this is one way of finding the slope using formula. But let's see in the exam we forgot your formula. Then what? You do rise over run. So you walk your slope. Remember, slope is y change divided by x change. So from here to here, how much is the y change? So we have -3 units here. And then from here to here, we have positive 15 units, right? Our y value is 15 here, and our y value is -3 here. So below 0, below x-axis, we have -3 units. My 3 looks weird. We have -3 units here, and above x-axis, we have 15 units. So what's the distance here? 15 minus 3. So a change in the y is 12. Sorry, not minus 3. What I'm saying. We have 15 units here and 3 units here. So how much is the total change in the y? 18 units. We are going to divide it by change in the x. So let's see how much you're changing in the x direction. This x is 10 and this x is 12. So from 10 to 12, so this is 12 and this is 10. From 10 to 12, how many units you crossed? 2 units. And what is 18 divided by 2? 9. See? If you don't remember the formula, use logic. Just walk from one point to another point. Any question? Okay. Your turn. Try this. Let me erase this. Find the slope of the line that goes to these points. Oh, let me make sure your attendance is correct. Natasha, Renan, Hodo, Christopher, George, Marlinda, Anastasia, Alexander, Philopati, Kevin, Michaela, Lily, Axel. Axel, nice to see you. Peyton, Christina, Shawais. How do you pronounce your name? Shawais. Ways. Jesus. Jesus. Jesus, right? Okay, thank you. Try them. Last name Castanos. Castanos. Or is this N? How do you pronounce your first name? Naro. Naro. Lima something. How do you pronounce it? Listen. Next time, don't sign. Print them. Brenda. Sarah. Jesseline. Jody. Yusuf. So I called everyone's name, right? No laptop, please. Try them. Who is done with the first one? Anyone? Okay, go ahead. Slow. You want me to walk? So M will be y2 minus y1. So to put everything in, M equals negative 1 minus 1. Negative 1 minus 1. Minus negative 3, but with the double negative. So we have negative 2/3. Sorry, 6. Oh, sorry, I meant 3 plus 3. And then negative 2/6. And which is negative 2/6? Negative? No. Which one is bigger, numerator or denominator? Denominator. So it's 3 has to be on the denominator. So anytime negative, anytime you get confused, what's the answer? Remember, bigger number has a priority. Our bigger number is 6 on the denominator, so your answer has to be on the denominator. So 3 goes in the denominator. But it looks weird, right? 3 on the denominator. We have just something on the numerator. What goes in the numerator? 1. So negative 1/3. Or you can simply manually divide both of them by 2, and you see 2 divided by 2 is 1, 6 divided by 2 is 2. So you can see, you don't have to memorize anything. Who is ready for B?
Negative 2 5 3. Actually, would this be 0?
Confusing, right? Think about this. You have $0. Okay? $0. And I'm telling you, divide your $0 into 5 pieces. So how much dollar you have? You still have $0 because you have nothing to begin with, right? So 0 divided by anything is 0. So anytime you get confused, think about reality. You start with $0. 0 on the top means start with $0. And then divide into a million pieces. What's the result? Still nothing. One more question, which I forgot to put here. Let me give you one more example. Find the slope between, actually, let me write it out so that I can have it for future. Okay, the next one. Find the slope between 3, 1 and 3, -1. Having, right? Try not to use phone in class, please. Why are you taking notes on the phone? Try to have pen, pencil, or at least a tablet instead of phone. Even if you use phone, as long as I see a pen on your hand, I feel comfortable. But if you keep typing, how do I know whether you are texting or you are concentrating? See? Confusing. Ready? So what is the slope formula? X2 minus X1. So how did you substitute? Defined. So if you have no idea what is that, think about this. You have $2, okay? And I'm telling you to divide the $2 into 0 pieces. Will we ever be able to divide anything into 0 pieces? Impossible. Impossible means doesn't exist. Not slope equals to 0 undefined. When slope is 0, it means you have a horizontal line. Horizontal line means you are walking from left side to the right side without moving up or down. But when slope is undefined, it means you are not moving from left to right. So which direction you are moving? Only up and down. When the numerator is 0. So when you start with nothing, so 0 here means you have $0. It means you have nothing, you're poor. You have nothing. So that nothing, you can divide into million pieces. It doesn't matter. You still have nothing. But when the denominator is 0, they're asking you to divide the numerator into 0 pieces, which is impossible. When you already have something, you have it. You cannot make it vanish unless you're a magician. But math doesn't believe in magic. Okay? Any other question? Okay, the next topic, which is another question for exam. And also, you'll see in the final exam, most likely. So see, I'm already giving you so many exam questions. All you have to do is collect them, put them in a place, study for the exam, and you're done. Okay, this one looks a little bit weird, but think about this logically. It says a secant line is a line connecting 2 points on a curve. And they gave us a curve, y equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Let me erase this. So a secant line is a line connecting 2 points on a curve, And for this curve, y equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Find the slope of the secant line connecting the 2 points that has the x values 2 and 3. So let me explain what it means. Let's say you have a curve. X squared plus 2x plus 1 is a parabola. They're saying, let's say our x equals 2 is here, and let's say our x equals 3 is here. Now, secant line means a line that connects 2 points of a curve. So this is our secant line. Secant line. Now they're asking, I'm giving you this curve and I'm giving you these two x values. Tell me what's the slope of the line that connects these 2 points. Simple, right? They give us the x values, they want us to find the slope. But something is missing. What? Y values. They're tricking us. They only give us x values. They did not give us y values. To find the slope, we need both x and y. So if you know your x, do you know any way you can find your y's? If you make the x 0, then you're going to find y-intercept. But they're not asking for y-intercept. They're asking for the y's. So when x is 2, what's the y value here? Is there any way you can figure that out? We know x value is 2. And we know our graph is this one. X squared plus 2x plus 1. Substitute. They told us x is 2, so all these x is 2. So to get the y, all you have to do is substitute the number. So first x is 2. That means first y is substitute. We have x squared plus 2x plus 1. But we know our x is 2. It's 2 squared plus 2 times 2 plus 1. What is 2 squared? 4. And what is 2 times 2? Also 4. So what is 4 plus 4 plus 1? 9. So do we have a point now? What is our point here? Let's say this is x1, y1. So what's the point here? X for 2 and y is 9. So remember, this is our slope formula. We found one of these points, x1, y1. What do we need next? y2 for our x2. Let's say our x2 is 3 because they already gave us another x value. So our y2 will be 3 squared plus 2 times 3 plus 1. So 3 squared plus 2 times 3. If you know your x and you're finding the y, all you have to do is substitute. What is 3 squared? And what is 3 times 2? 6. So what is 9 plus 6 plus 1? 16. Easy math is this way. 9 plus 1 is 10. And then you add the 6. So 10 plus 6 is 16. So we have our point x2, y2. What's the point for x2, y2? x2 is how much? 3 and y2? 16. So this is our first point. Oops. Come on. This is our first point, x1, y1. And this is our second point, x2, y2. Now can you find the slope? So how do you start? slope equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So what do we write? What do we substitute? What minus what? 16 minus 9 divided by 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1 easy. What is 16 minus 9? 7. And what is 7 divided by 1? 7. So the slope of the secant line they are asking us to find is 7. And it makes sense. 7 is a positive number. And look at the slope. We are moving upward. So it's supposed to have a positive slope. Please confused. Anyone? Anytime you guys don't understand anything, please let me know. I want you to feel comfortable here. And if you can learn from the beginning, trust me, later the class will be fun. But if you're lost at the beginning, at the end, you're going to just give up. But do not give up. You see how nice I am? Like, I'm explaining everything like baby, right? So I'm actually very good at babying my students. Okay? So I want to help you. Let me help you. So tell me your problem, I'll help you. Any question? Okay, you try one. Same parabola, y equals x squared, I forgot, 2x plus 2x plus 1. Now find the slope between x equals 1 to x equals 4. What would be the slope? X squared, yeah, sorry. My square is always like this, like I'm used to. Square. This also looks weird. Square. And tomorrow, remember, before class, you have your PLTL. So go to your PLTL classroom, which will not be in this building. It will be in the other building, right? Do you know where the other building is? It's 17 Lexington. So it's a little bit far from here. You walk outside, you walk 1 block, and then the building is right there. So it's not in this building. Around 9:05, I think, right? Your PLTL starts. So 9:05, go to that building, and then you're going to have small classroom, not like this big. You're going to have small group with the PLTL leader. She is one of the PLTL leader. Yeah, we'll be the PLTL leader. Any question you have about anything in class or homework, go over with them, but don't tell them it's homework because they're not allowed to use it with the help you with the homework, okay? So write your question down on a paper so that they don't understand it's homework and then get help from them. Or if you don't have any question, you guys have a set of questions, right? They'll just give you a set of questions to work on. So it's better for you to ask them. So they'll go over those questions to help you. And then once you're done with PLTL, you're going to have 15-20 minutes break and then come here again. Okay? You're going to do that every Friday. The PLTL attendance will be recorded and it will be counted toward your grades. Okay? So remember how many days you're allowed to be absent total? 4 days. 4 days. In this class, 4 days. 4 or 3, I forgot. 3? Yeah, I remember I'm teaching 3 classes. I forgot like my grading policy. So 3 or 4, whatever. That's the maximum you can have. And you can have those absences among the days I'm taking attendance. So if you're present in the day I did not take attendance, but you're absent on the day I took the attendance, you'll be counted as absent. That absent will be counted. Okay. So in my information, you can have only 3 days or 4 days, I forgot, of absence, excuse absence. And then every absence will be counted. And remember, attendance, quiz, homework, altogether is 20% of the grades. So who is ready for B? Let me actually pick a volunteer because I'll keep calling these guys. Miranda. What did you do first? So your x is, let's say x1. Your x1 is 1. So you need your y1. So how did you find y1? So 1 square plus 2 times 1 plus 1. So what do you get? 1 plus 2 plus 1. Not 5, right? Oh, probably you put 1 square is 2. Common mistake. Did you do that? Common mistake. 1 square. 1 square means 1 times 1. So it's 1. So it's 5. See, this is wrong. That means you have to fix everything else. See, I said 4, but I wrote 5. Come on, what's wrong with me? Eraser. So this is 4. And then you have your x2 is 4. Then what is your y2? Y2. So you have x2 is 4, right? So you have 4 square plus 2 times 4 plus 1. And what is 4 square? 16, not 8. And 2 times 4? 8. So total is 25. Remember, there's no calculator allowed in this class, okay? In the exam or in the quizzes. In the homework, you can do that. You can use calculator, but you have to do all of this in your head. Actually, not in your head. You can write on the side and then do the math. Okay, so you have your x1, y1, x2, y2. So what do you do next? So what is the slope formula? Perfect. So how did you substitute? Mm-hmm. 4. And the next 2? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is easy, right? 3. How about 24 minus 4? So 25 minus 4. 21. And do you know what is 21 divided by 3? 7. Surprising, right? The left point also give us 7. These 2 points also give us 7. Do you know why? No? Because when you have a line, the line is going consistently, right? It's not going up or down, up or down. It's going on a straight path. So it doesn't matter which 2 points you take, You may take these 2 points. The slope we have here will be the same slope if you walk from here to there. Or it will be the same slope if you walk from here to there. Because you are not changing your pace. Slope means your pace. At what pace you are walking. You are walking in a steady pace. You're not rushing or you're not slowing down. You're walking with the same speed. Another name for slope is actually speed. Okay, that's why it's called rate of change. Rate of change is the speed. You're always having the same speed. So throughout the line, it's supposed to have the same slope. If you don't, that means something is wrong. Any question? Okay. Our last question. So we know how to find slope when you're given 2 points. But let's say this time the points are not given. They just give us the equation of the line. So if you have equation of the line, how do you find the slope? This is what you're going to learn now. Easy. All you have to do is change the format. Whatever format is given, change it to some format that has the slope. The last class, do you remember how many formats I told you the line have? 3 formats. So this format, what's the name of this format? Do you see the slope here? Standard. So this is AX plus BY equals C format. We call it standard form. Standard form. Standard form sucks for finding slope because we don't see the slope. That's why we are going to change its form into something that will tell us what the slope is. So which of the other 2 format has the slope in it? Slope intercept, which is y equals mx plus b. It's called slope intercept form. That means all you have to do is change the standard form into slope intercept form. That's it you have to do. So what you're going to do, you see the y, get the y alone. So get rid of 11x, get rid of -8. You have to have your y alone. And then on the other side of the equal sign, whatever number you have in front of x, that's the slope you have. And guess what? This is your next exam question. You'll see this in the exam, also in the final exam. So if we want to get our y alone, which one we get rid of first? The 11x or the -8? 11x. You always start from the thing that is far from the variable you are solving for. So 11.8 is very close to y. We cannot get rid of that. First, you're going to get rid of the 11x because it's farther than -8. So we subtract 11x from both sides. We get -8y equals -11x positive 80. 80 doesn't have any sign in the front. It means it's a positive number. And see, I wrote my x first because this format has x first. And now we can easily get the y alone. What do you have to do? Divide by -8. And when you divide individually because we need the number, individual numbers. So this cancel out. We have our y alone. -11 divided by -8. Can you divide it evenly? No. But at least what can we do? Cancel the y's. So it becomes positive 11 over 8x. And what is 80 divided by -8? Can you divide? And what do you get? -10. And now are you happy? Do you see our slope? Yes, we do. So what's the slope here? 11 over 8. So slope doesn't always have to be whole number. It can be fraction. This question is also asking for find the intercept. Means what is your x-intercept and what is your y-intercept. Now in this format, we have something bonus. What did we get when you solve for x? When you solve for the slope, we got something extra, right? Y-intercept. So we didn't have to do any math for y-intercept. It's free here. You solve for slope, you get the y-intercept. Buy one, get one free. Okay. So you already have our y-intercepts. Y equals -10. But they want not a number, they want point format. So how would you write y equals -10 as a point for y-intercept? What's the x value in your y-intercept? 0. And our y is -10. See, we didn't do any math. We only solve for slope and you get our y-intercept. But x-intercept is not given to us, so we really have to find the x-intercept. Who remembers how do you find x-intercept? We plug what? Y what? Y, we plug Y what? Y with what? For any x-intercepts, we only learned, what did you learn at the beginning of the class? To find any x-intercept, we start with y to be 0. Remember, the first thing we learned after the x and y intercept from the graph. Anytime, any type of formula you're given, it could be line, it could be parabola, it could be anything else. It could be anything, it doesn't matter. If they ask you to find the x-intercept, you always go to y and erase your y. Get rid of your y. We don't need the y in the x-intercept. So we are going to set y to be 0 and solve for x. Whatever you're solving for, keep it, get rid of the other variable. So we have 11x minus 8y equals 80. We don't need this 11, we don't need this negative 8y, so erase. And we get 11x equals 80. And if you want to solve for x, what do you do? By 11. So x equals 80 over 11. But they want point. So we have 80 over 11 for x. And what's the y value in the x-intercept?
0.
0. And that's all for today. Tomorrow, when you come back, we are going to do one example with finding x-intercept, y-intercept, slope. And then we are going to do something else. So have a good day. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to go to PLTL tomorrow before class. Fine. Here, 1 second.